Welcome to the Ultimate Cashback Setup Guide. This is a guide to be getting 5% or more on pretty much every transaction you make. And we like cashback because cash is king, it can't be devalued, you get it immediately, it's a lot more functional. You can get that back into your savings and checking account, be getting 4.4% plus in terms of effective cash interest after you factor in taxes, which is another video we could do at a later date. But I really think cashback is the way forward. You don't have to wait up for years, it can't be devalued. You can use it instantly, you don't have to wait to cash out for the perfect opportunity. And it's why I moved to cashback after doing points for years. So this is the setup going forward, and I'll walk through the cards we need to get. Just some assumptions first. These are for cards available right now. If you have older cards or cards you grandfathered into, then they might be slightly better than this, but this is just for people who are looking to start right now and make the most effective cashback strategy. It will take some time to acquire these cards from scratch if you don't have anything right now, probably a few years, but you can get a vast majority of your cashback up to the 5% and over category just within a few months. Have to get a few of these cards, so I definitely recommend starting right now. There's no point waiting any longer. If you have a player two, who's a husband, wife, whatever it may be, that can also help increase the time decrease the time it takes to get all these cards set up. This factors in if you need to put money down and leave it deposit anywhere or a particular bank. It factors in any kind of opportunity cost there. There's only one at the minute place where you have to hold money in, and you can leave it in stocks with them. So that's with Merrill Lynch. So you can just leave it self-directed, no fees on that. So it's like it would be in your Fidelity or in your Vanguard or your Schwab. So I don't really see that as a negative, especially if you're just leaving it there. There's no kind of disadvantage to doing that. I do factor in annual fees as well. And so this is a kind of total overall the best cashback possible. None of your cards do have annual fees. So that's not an issue right now, but sometimes they will pop up. Similarly with deposits, the version of this just a few months ago in January had a version that needed another $100,000 in cash with another bank, but now it's a bit simpler and a bit easier going forward. This is a constantly updating strategy, so you can always be updating the cards you want and the best ones available. So definitely kind of check in once in a while to make sure you're still on the right path. Give this video or subscribe to this channel, and I'll be updating this constantly. Also, haven't factored in sign-up bonuses as they change a lot, and it's kind of hard to be reliable on that. Also, I just kind of want more of a set and forget. Once you kind of get this built up, then you can just use the same cards and you don't have to be constantly chasing sign-up bonuses. And sign-up bonuses tend to be pretty low on cashback cards anyway. Also an assumption that this is for spend with typical spend levels. If you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands in some categories, then there might be other edge cases which are better, which we could do different videos on. But those edge cases are reflected here. So this is for kind of normal families or people spending money. And also I'm not doing any cards that have category bonuses in certain quarters. It has to be consistent all year round, a percentage, otherwise it gets way too confusing. I already think this is a bit over the top for some people, but realistically it's quite simple, as I'll start to explain now. There's only a few cards you need to get, at least to get started, and as time goes on you'll just build more and more. So the first card is the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards card. This is this one here. Looks very simple. It's very simple. It's 3% cashback. But if you have $100,000 with Bank of America, more importantly with Merrill Lynch, so $100,000 with Merrill Lynch tied to your Bank of America account, gives you an extra 75% cashback on all of your transactions. So this goes from 3% to 5.25%. So that's pretty much the highest you're going to get with in any category. So I would this is the first card you'll go for, and the one you'll have to apply for most, because there's lots of categories it works in, as we'll talk about. But otherwise, it's a very simple card. But there is a limit of $2,500 per quarter, so $10,000 across the year in cashback. But you can get many versions of this card. I've seen people that do 8 versions of this card. Obviously, that gives you a lot of spending power at 5.25% cashback, which is a lot. So you can use it on online shopping, which covers pretty much anything online. Very generous indeed. So you could use that for pretty much anything you spend online. So yeah, that for me, that's most of my spending. Restaurants, again, is a very generous category. If you've used Amex Gold card, which is a Forex card in membership reward points, you know it's quite restrictive. You don't get it at bars or pubs. It's only for restaurants, and that has to be majority of their income has to come from food. So it can get very restrictive. So I don't particularly love the Amex Gold for that reason. But the Bank of America card for restaurants is a lot more generous. Same for travel, 5.25% on pretty much any travel category, but also online as well. So I think for some people it might make more sense to double up online, and whenever they're buying stuff online, they can just those have $5,000 a quarter on online spending instead of split it between the two. Also, gas is the highest category as well. Nothing beats it, unless you want to get Wyndham points, and there's a card there that gives you 8%, 8 times points for cashback, but then you get Wyndham points, and then you kind of have to save up for a while before they're actually useful, and then how useful really are Wyndham points. So that's why I like cash. You just get the money, you can do what you want with it, put in your savings, pay off your statement credit. Cash is the king. And Costco as well. I've just kind of picked categories that are the most talked about and what I see most people asking the best cashback categories for. So for Costco, you have to go on Costco.com and then use the card, and you get 5.25%. It classifies as online, so it's basically the same card as as the online card, but just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that's the kind of most cost-effective way of using of getting cashback is by buying the gift cards online with Costco. For groceries, the minute the best card is the Amex Blue cash preferred card. It's just 6% back on $6,000 per year, and there is no annual fee for the first year. So what you do is you get the card, use the 6% on groceries and also streaming services, and no annual fee, and then you cancel the card. And there's lots of reports out there that after a few weeks or maybe a month or so, they'll come back to you and offer you a new year of free membership. So that's kind of how you rotate through, and you can kind of just cycle that continuously. So this is the only card that's kind of slightly annoying, as you have to cycle through a few times and do a bit of work. Otherwise, you have the backup of the Bank of America Cash Rewards card does get you 2% back, so that becomes 3.5% cash back on groceries. So yeah, Amex Blue Cash Preferred card for groceries and streaming. For Amazon, the best card is the Prime Visa. That gets you 5% back, but a lot of the time it will give you an offer for an extra 1% if you don't take fast shipping. You do have to be an Amazon member to get the 5% cash back here. So there is an argument to be made, and maybe we do another video about this at some point, about is it really worth having Amazon Prime if you're going to just get slow shipping every time to get an extra % cash back. There's a calculation to be made there, both in terms of money and also just speed and kind of what you enjoy. So if you don't want to do that, or you don't want to get another card, you can get another Bank of America customized cash rewards card. But the nice thing about Prime Visa is obviously it doesn't take away from your $2,500 quarterly limit. So if you're a big spender on Amazon, that's a nice way to get pretty much the same cash back, but then also not have to worry as much about hitting limits on your Bank of America Cash Rewards card. The next two categories is gym and utilities, and that's with the Elan Max Cash Preferred card. And if you're wondering what that is, that's just the provider. It's just a link here of all the different places where you can get that from, mainly from like credit unions, but there's lots of different people who offer this card. So yeah, it should be very easy to be able to find a card near you and just get this. You can get a very similar card, which is the Bank of America card, but you have to choose the category every single quarter. So this is just a little bit easier to manage, and it allows you to do two categories. So one card covers both your gym and utilities. For some people, just using the Bank of America customized cash rewards might be easier to hit the 5.25% on both these categories if Bank of America classifies your gym and utilities as an online payment, which for most things you should do, but it depends on your circumstances. And the final category is Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever kind of mobile wallet you're using, and that's for the Kroger Elite Rewards card. So there's actually multiple versions of this one. Kroger's just kind of the overall brand. So if you have a Kroger or you have one of their kind of supermarkets in your area, there's one of the Harris Teeter Rewards. There's lots of versions of this. So whichever one is in your area, you can sign up for, and you get 3,000, and you get 5% cash back on $3,000 a year. So I really like using this one. I use this card all the time. I'm always using Apple Pay. And then for anything else, you have the Bank of America Ultimate Cash Rewards card. No fee, 1.5% cash back, but with the 75% bonus, you get up to 2.625% cash back on anything else. So that's just an overview of all the spending you do in the US. There are some categories as well where you can spend abroad. These are a little bit more complex. So I'm just going to go through some of the other caveats about these cards, and then we'll go through abroad cards, and then the setup of where you should store these cards, and then kind of talk through what order you should buy these cards in. So in the footnotes, we talked about how you have to have $100,000 with assets with Bank of America or Merrill Lynch connected to your Bank of America account to be able to get the Platinum Honors, which is what gives you the 75% extra. I would also say if you're spending significant money at Costco, then you do want to get the executive membership. You get an extra 2% cash back through the executive membership. That's $3,000 of spend a year at Costco. Then it's worth getting the executive membership over getting just the normal membership. So when looking at cards abroad, we have the Bank of America customized cash rewards card as still the dominant one. You can get a non-foreign transaction fee version of this, but you have to do a product change from an existing foreign transaction free version, which basically means having one of those cards and changing after a year. So there's a few ways around it, but I've added some kind of other options here as well, just in case you really need a card sooner than that, or go through that process is too much work for you. So for restaurants, we have the Bread Rewards card, which gives 3 times back at dining, so restaurants, and then 25% extra points for every if you make 20 purchases in a billing cycle, and you can cash these out for 1 cent per point. So that's 3.75% cash back, no foreign transaction fees. The US Bank Altitude Connect card gets you 4% at travel and for gas stations as well, but we can actually do better than that. So we can actually get 5% back with the AAA Travel Advantage card. And for groceries, we also get the AAA Daily Advantage card, which gets us 5% cash back. Again, no foreign transaction fees. Otherwise, Bank of America card is still good. Honestly, if you just get one of them, that's going to cover most of these categories because it'll just be online. And if you manage to get 2 of them, then that would cover online and restaurants, and that would cover effectively cover online, restaurants, travel, streaming, Amazon, potentially gym, potentially utilities. So that's probably the best way to go. If you don't have, if your gym doesn't accept online payment, you have to pay with your physical card, and you still want the best cashback, then the Bank of America Premium Rewards card is the best one there. Let me just show you. It's this one here. So it's $95, but you get $100 in airline incidental credits, which you can use throughout the year on kind of seat upgrades and baggage fees. Also, you can just use it for United and spend $100 on United Travel Bank, and you get that money back straight away. So you actually earn $5 because it's only $95 fee. So that's one way to do it. Yeah, so you get your, it also use that for utilities if you don't have the Fred rewards card. And then for anything else, you can use this premium rewards card. And if you have this, then you don't need to get the Bank of America Ultimate Cash Rewards card. You can use this for everything. I think that covers all the footnotes we had, just any kind of side things. And then in terms of the order I would do things in, if I were to start from scratch and getting cards, and this is assuming you have the $100,000 to either invest with Bank of America, or you have something you can transfer, like I think before 1K works. So I would start with getting Bank of America customized cash rewards card as my first card, and possibly try and get in another one as soon as possible. So I'd probably go for this one as my first. So you can only apply for this card once every 24 months. But what you can do is there's a list of cards here that gives you other options in terms of what you can basically apply for these other versions of the same card through different. So these ones are not tied to any university, so you can kind of just rotate through these quite quickly. So you should be able to get 2 or 3 of them by yourself, and if you have a second person using that's doing this with you, then they can obviously apply for the vanilla version, and then any of these are what they're called affiliate cards. So that can get you a few cards quite quickly. Then I'd also look at getting the Kroger or whatever version is in your area, the Rewards Elite MasterCard. I use that a lot. Again, it's really very dependent on if you use Apple Pay or not. For me, I use it a lot, and I probably use that card more than most. And then after that, I would probably look at getting something like the kind of catch-all card as well. Once I had probably two of the Bank of America cards, my catch-all card and the Apple Pay card, then I'd start kind of working out what's best for me. Probably the groceries. Just some other cards you might want to look at as well. The Citi Shop Your Way MasterCard, it gives 20-30% cashback sometimes, I've heard, on just random things. Like if you spend $3,000, you get 30% back on online purchasing, which is obviously crazy. I don't know how much longer they can keep doing that for. So I would definitely recommend getting that earlier rather than later and try and make the most of it. It's a bit of a hidden secret, but I would take advantage of it before it goes away. And if you can get a PenFed Pathfinder reward card after you've done everything else, this is probably one of the last ones I'd look at, but you do get $100 a year in free travel credit, which it's not bad. It's better than nothing. So this is the overview of kind of the ultimate cashback reward setup. Is a little bit more complex than what most people do. Most people just have 1 or 2 cards, but realistically, it's actually not that complex. And I've put a little handy legend or key here just so you understand how simple it can be. So in terms of how many cards you need in your wallet, I think I've narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3 cards you need in your wallet to carry around with you. So that's a card for the restaurants, a card for paying for gas, just in case you can't do Apple Pay, and then you got everything else card, just in case you're somewhere else you need to pay with a card and it's not going to fit in any other category. For your mobile wallet, I would have in your groceries, so your Amex Blue Cash preferred card, and then obviously your Apple Pay card or Google Pay card, and then everything else can be left at home, or you just leave it in a sock drawer, or you just have all the information in your password manager. So obviously all your online spend, you don't need to take that anywhere with you. Same with travel spend, you probably don't need to bring that with you Potentially, you might want to add to a mobile wallet if you're going through kind of Metro or anything like that. But again, it's probably not a huge amount to spend if you're not buying a season ticket. Your Costco card is basically an online card. Streaming, you'd be buying that online. Amazon, all online. Gym, you should be maybe sell it once, but otherwise it's all going to be online. Same with utilities, all online. So yeah, realistically, you only need 3 cards on you for, I'd say, 99% of the time. So it's really quite a simple setup, because the rest of it you'll have time, you don't really need to think about it. You just have everything ready, set up once, and you'll be good to go. So it's a fairly simple setup once you get going. It'll just take a while, but yeah, once you get a few Bank of America customized cash rewards cards, you get a groceries card, and you get the Apple Pay card, and then you get everything else card. That honestly shouldn't take that long, and you'll be getting over 5% cashback in most categories and most of your spend, which will really add up. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I will get back to all the comments you leave, and this is a brand new channel, so feel free to subscribe as well. There's lots of other videos we could talk about and go in more detail. So if you've got any other ideas, things you want to learn more about, feel free